My name is David, and this is Paracord Design. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make the Threadripper paracord bracelet. What you'll need for this is 2 strands of cord. What I'm using for this is a single strand of black of about 10 feet and a second strand of cord. What I'm using is about 6 feet of watermelon color change paracord and 24 hex nuts, and also a set of 5/8 buckles on a jig. Alright, let's begin. First of all, what you want to do is you want to take your 10-foot cord. This is a little bit longer than the amount that is needed. This will be your 4-strand core. First, you want to start by evening up your cord ends like this. And you want to take your looped end down through the top of the buckle at the top, and you want to pass it through like that. Next, you want to bring a little bit of slack through, and you want to bring the cords through the loop like so, and you're going to put that back at the top of the buckle. Also, you want to leave a little slack so that you can take your secondary cord through the cow's hitch. The amount that I'm using for the secondary cord is 7 feet. Next, you want to take the black and you want to tighten it up. You can use whatever colors you want to use. These are the ones that I decided to use for this tutorial. You want to bring your ends down to the bottom buckle and bring the rest of the end back up to the top. The wrist size that I'm using is a little bit over what is it? I can't remember. this will be the beginning of the tutorial. First, you want to start off by using your core strand setup, the black cords. You want to take a hex nut and you want to put it over the start of that one there, up to the top. Next, this is going to alternate from right to left and then flip over and go in the opposite direction. This was the best method for me to start it off, because if I don't cross the lines together, it wouldn't come out as good. And you want to loop over and basically put a twist in the primary core setup strand. You want to take one end, you want to take both ends and come down through the middle. You want to twist them over, and you want to go down under both cords 2 and cords 3 and come back out in between cords 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This will be the start of the process for making the design. Then you want to tighten up on that, and you want to bring your right secondary cord over the core strand loop. You want to stay to the inside for both the left and the right secondary color. You want to take your cord end for the secondary color up under the looped cord that you just made, like this. You want to loop around the core strand and come back under the secondary cord, and then you're basically gonna do a bunch of different twists in this. Next, you want to take your accent color and you want to come up from underneath between cords 3 and 4, and you're going to close this off so that you have like this pattern right here. You start from here, you come on the inside around this cord here, back under, staying on top of the core strands. You're going to come up on the right side loop from the start of the accent color. You're going to pull the slack out completely, and you're going to make like a little figure 8 twist, and you're going to tighten that up. Next, you're going to take your core strand and you're going to bring it over cord 4 and come up under between cords 3 and 4. Then you're going to tighten it all up on that side, and that'll finish off that end. Now you're going to do the same thing for the other side. You're going to take this cord over on the inside. Yeah. Loop out to the left. You're going to come up underneath. And then you're going to take your cord end and you're going to come up on the accent color from underneath between cords 1 and 2. Is that right? And you're going to repeat the process like the other side, doing the same thing. This will be the design starting out, and we're going to continue through. I think it looks pretty well with these two colors. The watermelon color change cord looks really good on this, in my opinion. That is why I decided to go with this. Next, you're going to start with another set of 2 hex nuts and do the same thing, repeating the process. Now, instead of taking the right starting core strand under, you're going to take the left under. Like so. And repeating the process like you did for the first step. Like so. Repeating the process over again. This has a similar vibe to the Game of Thrones design, in that, like, it's almost similar to what the setup of the lines, except it's not. And repeat the process for this side here. This might get a little bit long, so stick with it, and you'll have the design down in no time. This is a little bit more advanced in the weaving setup, so stick with it. Practice takes patience, and yeah. Might not look good at the beginning, but persevere through, and it does have a nice look to it. It will bulge out a little bit, but that's alright. Alright, on to the next step. I'm going to continue through. If you don't hear me speak, it's so that I can focus on completing this tutorial. And as before, first started out with a right under, left over twist, and then a right over, left under twist. You're going to go right under, left over twist. Without doing this twist, there would be nothing holding the two center strands together at the center point, and it would be an open like this. I'm going to continue to proceed with this tutorial. I'll be quiet for the time being so that I can complete it. Excuse me. And now, right over, left under. Man, that looks really good. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you want one-on-one focused tutorials, you can contact me via Instagram at cord_550_Dave. Alright, next, as we started, I went right under, left over, then right over, left under, then right under, left over, and then right over, left under. So continue through by taking the right core strand under, twist, and through between cords 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. This video may be a little bit on the long side, so like I said before, bear with me and continue to work. If you have a good idea of how to do it, you could skip through. The weaving pattern closes up naturally on its own when you get to the last leg of the tutorial. So all you have to do is cut and singe where the cords come out, and tighten them up. Cut and make sure to mushroom head the strands so that they have no way to pass through. This has a very nice, clean underside. You could take a look at it over, like I said, on my Instagram account. For this, I'm using 24. I believe these are 7/8 hex nuts. You can go a little bit bigger or smaller, makes no difference. 550 paracord will, I believe, fit through most larger sizes of hex nuts. And this will be the last pass of the design. I think on this last one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my accent color through the last part of the design. This will give a more secure hold. And then I'm going to take the black core strand. Since I've already looped over, I'm going to go back down in between cords 3 and 4 through the loop I just created, and then come out in the loop that I just made for the black cord from underneath. It's going to act as a close-off knot, kind of like on the majority of most of my designs. This will give a nice secure hold when cutting and cinching the cords to make sure they're held together. This does have a nice bit of weight to it. It feels like, wow, nice. I hope you all enjoyed it. Well, let's go ahead and finish this up. You're gonna, as you can see here, I'm gonna cut, and I'm gonna cut and singe both onto this piece right here, making sure that they're all nice and tight. I do have a little bit of slack left over, but that's okay. A little slack never killed anyone. On this one, it looks to be like about when doing your core strand setup, you want to leave probably some length to it. I usually end up using my slack cord that I have left over for other things like key fobs and other types of stuff. Got to make sure that it's flattened out really well, otherwise it'll irritate the skin. And there you go. This is the thread ripper paracord bracelet. My name is David. This is I Am the Paracord Design. Thank you, and have a nice day.